Hi, my name is Tiffany Puga, and I'll be discussing dating apps ruining your mental health. Are you single? Have you recently been single? If yes, then chances are you've used one of the many dating apps available. You see, the courtship of ancient times looks nothing like the banter over dating apps today. Flowers on the first date have been replaced by a casual, "you up?" Dating apps have made navigating the world of love a whole lot more convenient, with a world of romantic possibilities now at our fingertips. However, there is a downside to this swipe culture, and you must have mental resilience to cope with it. Before I continue, I personally know couples that have met on dating apps, and this is not an attempt to make you feel guilty or ashamed about using a dating app to find love. Addicted to swiping. It's like a game. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've heard one of my friends squeal in excitement about their newest match. But it's true, it is like a game. When I think about this game, I compare it to sitting at a slot machine, pulling the lever, and waiting to hear the alarm that you've won. For many, swiping is a game instead of a search for love. Dating apps dig into our basic evolutionary instincts, which pushes us to seek reward in the form of emotional arousal. Operant conditioning, does that ring a bell? Behavior can be encouraged by positive reinforcement. You see, when someone swipes, they are given the positive reward of finding a match. Woohoo! Finding matches are fulfilling rewards. They tell us we're desirable, which boosts our self esteem. In response, the reward center of our brain explodes in a rush of dopamine, making us feel amazing, right? This excitement is always fresh because it's so randomized. But the burst of happiness is short lived. So what do? We continue swiping to feel the reward response again, thus leading to the addiction to swiping. Just like dating offline, dating apps make us vulnerable to rejection. Despite the huge popularity of dating apps and the millions of success stories, many users report that some dating apps make them feel depressed and they experience self doubt. But is this truly surprising? A considerable amount of users only receive messages from half of their matches. You send a message to a match that goes unanswered. You swipe right and never have it reciprocated. You go on a date only to be ghosted afterwards. This often entices people to start questioning their appearances. With a focus on appearance and social comparisons, individuals may become overly sensitized to how they look and appear to others, and ultimately begin to believe that they fall short of what is expected of them in terms of their appearance and attractiveness. Reports indicate that individuals who have low self-esteem on dating apps are men. This result might be due to the fact that dating apps allow men to be put in the position of judgment that women often find themselves in on the dating scene. Since women tend to be more selective than men, who tend to swipe right more often than women, it is possible that men are being rejected on these apps more often, because for many, dating apps have become platforms for validation. The abundance of options. People have more choices than ever, so it can be hard to settle when someone more perfect could be a few swipes away. You see, we want to have some choice, but endless choices can have negative repercussions. I've spoken to many of my friends, and they've said it's difficult to distinguish between those who are just using a dating app as a way to pass time on their commute or ego boost, and those who are actually looking for something serious. The value of meaningful relationships with others isn't something that can be built over a few messages or sharing photos or a date. I personally know that building a meaningful relationship with someone takes time and effort. It takes dedication. You see, we're not objects. We are complex individuals with many layers, emotions, and experiences. But in the world of dating apps, when daters have a potential pool of matches at their fingertips, it makes them more impatient, which can lead to unrealistic expectations for first dates because they know that if you're not spectacular, well, then they'll just go to their inbox and swipe right again tomorrow. Because dating apps allow users to scan through infinite profiles, social interactions become depersonalized, thus creating the perception that people are disposable. Dating apps give the initial impression that there are plenty of fish in the sea and a lot of options to choose from. However, chasing this illusion may keep you single for a long time, which can potentially take a toll on your mental health.